Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to the Trippsix Motorsport Super Touring Championship. It's week 7, rounds 13 and 14 of this season. My name is Dareth Acker, in for Zach Sweeney this week. We're right at the sharp end of the season, and we've jumped across the Atlantic back to Road America and the United States, the penultimate round of the season. This, of course, could be the title decider, and Lloyd Biddulph will be hoping to wrap up the championship early on, as we can have a quick look at the standings as we go into this 7th round. And it is Lloyd Biddulph who has a 33-point gap ahead of Bence Farkas. He needs 41 points to take the title here this evening, with one round after this to go. Mariuzs Zabdyr still doing nicely up in P3, with Pascal Jean-Pret in P4 and Nenad Vladislavjevic in P5. Pavel Makonin, Usa, Neil, Raya and Lawson are in the top 10, and Alan Axon and Ezekiel Treminando will be hoping to sneak inside that top 10 here this evening. Luciano Vitford, Thomas Centino and Rostons all doing nicely as well, on just over 30 points, with Matt Rubio, Papadim and Tribbek, as well as Norton also doing relatively well, with at least double figures on the board. Dini, Lopez, Spevar, Flack and Bukcha yet to have a great season, but you never know. Good result for those guys if they're here this evening. Could really parachute them up the order, but we are in practice. We can see Bence Farkas has currently got the fastest time on the board, but we'll have to see how that one develops over the course of the evening. Let's see. Of course, he's got the fast time. He's 2/10 quicker than Vladislavjevic at this stage of the race. And Lloyd Biddulph, he's not the quickest driver, but he's still up there where he needs to be. We'll see Vladislavjevic coming through just behind one of the other drivers, and into corner near the end of that sector grid. This is a pretty long lap. 2:16 time there for Bence Farkas, who a much longer lap than we normally see. To see if he can capitalise on that. But you know, overtaking opportunities are very much present around this Road America circuit, one of the classics on this side of the Atlantic. On straights, you've got to remember, the opening straight, very long, a long way to get a good slipstream down towards the opening corner, but then you've got to think about the moraine sweep towards turn 5 as well. That's a long bit of tarmac to get down the inside at turn 5. Who can forget the carousel, turn 9 and turn 10, as they are, and through the kink as well, through Kettle Bottom to towards kind of the corner. Absolutely classic piece of racing track. But Bence Farkas still setting the pace at the moment. The Hungarian driver knows he has to have a good result here this evening to get the championship. Like Bence Farkas, of course, a few points behind in the standings. Let's see if he can close that down over the course of the evening. 2 races, of course. BTC points. Words out there, nice and easy. I've done quite some commentary today. My voice, if my brain doesn't necessarily say what I'm trying to say, please forgive me. But I will be trying my best as usual. But Bence Farkas, it looks like he will have the fastest time at the end of the practice session. Of course, the clock hits 0. That is the session done. No chance to finish your time. That is the session over. You've got to get the time in before the time hits 0. Bence Farkas will he improve towards the line? He slowed down a bit actually. He crosses the line, so he won't be improving there. But still, a 10th and a half clear. Too big of a gap though, is it? When you think of how long this track is, but compared from Vladislavjevic in tow, Biddulph just a bit to the end of this practice session. Bence Farkas will be hoping to carry this momentum through during those, but of course you've got to remember at the reverse grid race in race 2. See how well they manage, some of the drivers at the back manage to try and come to the front of the field. Let's start with qualifying then. 12 minutes of qualifying is go, and you can see everyone very keen to get out of the pit lane with a long lap, and only 12 minutes to get the lap time in. You're going to want to get out of the pit lane pretty quickly. I mean, you've got at least 2 minutes 15 to do the outlap, and then 2 minutes 15 for the end of your first time run. You're going to have only 7 minutes left at a maximum. So really, it's going to be important for these guys to get going, to get the lap time in. They're on the Key Bridge. Out the rain sweep. See, I mean, they're all going to be very close together. They might want to give it a little more room when they start. See it here, the driver is 1 for the time being. On the outcome. I mean, Lloyd Biddulph will know that just a consistent evening. He's got one hand in the trophy already. He's got that large gap. Bence Farkas. He won't need too many. I mean, he only needs realistically. Can't afford to lose too many points. I mean, even if he lost some points, even in the range of 10 points here this evening, he still has a very commanding position going into the final round. It requires Bence Farkas an absolutely perfect weekend in the final round at the Nurburgring. All the while, it's going to require a little bit of to make some mistakes for Bence Farkas to win this title. So even a very commanding position, one hand is definitely on that trophy. See if he can finish the season. It's one thing to be leading a championship for most of the season, it's another to make sure you're winning by the end. But see first time laps in this race, see how they all go. Everyone is getting ready. Smallish grid here. Smallish grid, it's not quite an endurance race, we have 50 plus cars. So there's lots of room around the track. Biddulph looks like he's keen to be getting on with it. The Swiss driver in front of him, Pascal Jean-Pretre, is not going to be given much room here by Lloyd Biddulph, who is going to be very close to the back of him as they try to start their first time laps. We'll have to see if it means that Lloyd Biddulph is going to have to back off a little bit. There's so much in that slipstream as they come down in towards turn 1. He's really pushing the Swiss driver all the way through the opening corner. You can see out there was McLaughlin in an IndyCar test earlier this year, being airborne in the exit of turn 1, and then it's bouncing through there. Through turn 3 then, down his second straight towards the Moraine sweep, down under the cheese bridge to see who can get through this relatively well. Pascal Jean-Pretre is Lloyd's teammate, so that'll be why he's giving him a nice slipstream around the lap. Motorsport drivers a little bit wide through turn 5. You can see Bence Farkas as well behind, going through into this second section. This is the meaty part of the lap. This is where you're less likely to see some overtaking. Casino playing is going to be absolutely brave. Down the hill and then in towards what is a very sedate turn. You get the car exactly where you want it to be. It's not the ideal line for Biddulph there. The corner, then into the carousel, turn 9, turn 10, flowing through. It's a continuation of the corner. It's more than 180 degrees. A right hand bend through here. Before you come up to the kink, it's fast. You have to be committed. You've just got to trust the car underneath you. And what he's doing here, of course, he wants at a fast time for Biddulph, but the looks of it on this lap, because Biddulph made that mistake in turn 8. Folds by the end. Towards the final few corners, Canada corner to be exact. Biddulph has a tighter line through there, not to gain a little bit of time back on his teammate. Get that ideal slipstream up towards the line through the last couple of corners though. Turn 13 and turn 14, the final corner. We'll have to see who can come out on top with the first runs. Of course, not obviously isn't a one-shot quali. Of course, they're not going to have many goes at it, being a short qualifying session to go a long lap, but Jean-Pretre will definitely be fastest initially. The time because of the line 16, I believe it was. They all now come through. McCody quicker than Biddulph, who's at 3 tenths down with Mariuzs Zabdyr. Still needs a P4. Neil as well, slightly slower than Rostons as well. So no one further back. A 6 to 8 lap time, but Jean-Pretre is leading the pack out, and he leads the timing tower as it stands. Biddulph as well, going along steadily about his work. Also here, he's just on a time run. He's going to get a nice slipstream here. Dutch driver wide there from Mariuzs Zabdyr, it seems. Alan Axon as well, a little bit slower around that time as Bence Farkas has now set the benchmark. That's exactly what he needs in this race. He needs all the points he can get and more realistically. It's a bit of a mistake from Lloyd Biddulph to help him out. Lloyd Biddulph's worst result so far is his 5th into last race. I was commentating for, and since then he's won 5 of the 6 and finished 2nd in the others. He's been in complete form since. I mean, the last 3 races, the 2-1 one at Zolder, Bence Farkas and Lloyd Biddulph have taken first and second in all 3. Even in the other race at Zolder and the final race at the Sachsenring, both on the podium. So they have been in 2 incredibly consistent performers throughout the season. And they're just going to stay that way with them first and fourth at the moment. It's 2 races away. For him, he's got a time on the board in now in that Renault has set a time that's good enough for P8 at the moment. Zeus comes around the final couple of corners. I was going to mention actually Luciano Bitford, of course, he's been in this championship a few races so far this season. This platform in the Race Room Rank Championship, he made a mistake that cost him arguably a title at the final corner here at Road America, why he's staying well away from this track. He's going to do it once again. Meanwhile, Usa set that lap time, I believe, for where he's himself exactly. Have a look at Zabdyr. As Biddulph went fastest on that run. If he still had the slipstream, but either way, he's gone quicker than Bence Farkas, which is exactly what he wants to be doing. Every point he can get, gets him closer to that title. I mean, 2 wins tonight seals the title for him. See if he can pull it off. Of course, they carry on through this session. Very wide for that. Comes into the middle sector. Towards the turn 8. It's a tricky corner. I don't really know how to describe it. It's a left hand. It's not really hairpin. Those corners go on this track. It's one of those tricky ones. You're braking downhill, and you're just trying to step the car up because you're trying to open up the carousel to get a nice run through it. If you mess up the carousel, you can lose a lot of time on your lap. It's not the best place to make a mistake. We're 3.5 seconds down in the opening sector hill. I've hoped to have found a little bit of time through the middle. He's improved his middle sector, but he's not improving on the lap overall just yet. 1.7 tenths down as he comes into the final couple of corners. The Serbian will be hoping very much to find a bit of time in this final corner. Canada corner through the final couple of corners, of course. Bill Mitchell bend, turn 13, just off the Thunder Valley between turn 13 and Scott Dixon and Will Power having a big collision there. I believe in practicing IndyCar earlier this year as well. No such incident in the touring cars as far as Zabdyr jumped up to P4 just in front of the Swiss driver John Pret by 5,000. It's barely anything in between those two. I think a blink of an eye is 700. That is a fraction of a blink of an eye. Bence Farkas will be hoping to improve as well. Looks like he might be just about to start a lap. He's got to get to the line in time. Of course, this is a platform where you've got to finish the lap before the timer hits 0, and indeed he will get there. So effectively Bence Farkas is the timing beam. If you're in front of Bence Farkas, you can set another lap time. If you're behind him, that is your session over. So we'll have to keep an eye on the timing. Improved there. It might be Rostov, just a position or two change for them. Lloyd Biddulph still out in front. Who can, if anyone can, jump up in the final run? So 1:53 on the clock. Actually hoping to take this race, to the championship I should say, to the Nurburgring. Of course, anything can happen at the Nurburgring. It's a track steeped in history and a little bit more. 2 tenths down there, Bence Farkas after that opening sector. 40.4, maybe a lack of slipstream, not helping him out through there. But if he had slipstream on the last lap, what he won't have on this lap is dirty air through this middle sector. So he can have a bit of a better run of it. Comes through turn 6 and then now down through turn 7. Of course, as I've said, tricky for some of these drivers. It's a corner steeped in strategy, really. You've got to take it smartly. You go too deep, as Bence Farkas takes a little bit deep, but gets himself back. What is the ideal racing line for the carousel? Look at this camera angle, fantastic stuff through here. One of the best things about racing games, isn't it? You may not be able to say that this is real, but you get better camera angles, don't you? Of the cars flying through. Now through the kink, absolutely great showing through there. It's the only corner that reminds me of the follow through from the top tier track, probably in World Motorsport, albeit the other way, as you're turning right at Road America and left down in Surrey. But Bence Farkas is focusing on this final sector. Through the final few corners he comes. He has improved. Well, he hasn't really improved in that final sector. I don't think he'll be improving on his time at all. So that will hand the pole position to Lloyd Biddulph, and he will start race 1 from pole position. Bence Farkas will be alongside him. It's a long run down towards turn 1, and he will hope to capitalise on that run. Pavel McConan in third, and then Mariuzs Zabdyr in P4, John Pret in P5, the Swiss driver helping out his teammate earlier on in the session. Less than 3/10 off, but finds himself in P5. Stu Neal for the Apex Predators in 6th, with Fraser Rosnals, Alan Axon, and then Nick Papadim rounding out the 9 drivers here. Was a yeah, so there's the 9 drivers in the session. Good for Lloyd Biddulph to get that pole position. It's exactly what he needed to do to try and get himself as high as he could for race 1, which will be happening shortly, of course. Warm up just underway. Drivers get used to the higher fuel loads if they choose to go out of the track. Zabdyr has joined late to the server. Hopefully he'll be able to jump in for the race. Not too sure if he will, but hopefully he will be able to. Adds another extra bit of quality to this race. Of course, Mariuzs Zabdyr, winner of the Race Room ranked 2 hour of Road America not too long ago, actually. I think it was only 2 months, a month and a half ago that he won that race. Multi-class race as well, so very much good accolade to have in your locker, especially at a track like this. You'll be hoping, if he has to come to the back of the field, you'll be hoping to have a good run. But if that means 10 drivers, it means that whoever finishes last in this race will start on pole for race 2, which will be even more exciting. There is a full grid reverse. On the coding, he's out on track. He's just going to get his car a little bit through the middle sector. The driver racing with number 100 on the front of his car. Not really sure if that's a choice, but it's what he's got either way. Into the bridge, into the tricky left-hander at 6. I mean, Road America in general, it's one of those tracks, isn't it, that we see a lot of different types of racing. Of course, in some race at Road America IndyCar, you get great multi-class racing around Road America, and that's what Mariuzs Zabdyr, of course, won at here a couple of months ago on this very platform. So he'll be able to come through the field if he starts at the back. Pavel McConan, though, is hoping that he will be able to have a good launch off the line and jump from 3rd to 1st off of the line to have the best possible run towards turn 1. Drivers will be getting themselves ready for race 1 now, of course. Turn 1 is going to be all important to get through there. Even turn 5 will be important, of course, because the 2 very long straights at the start of the lap. Gotta be careful not to be slipstreamed too early on, because you may find yourself a little bit too far back if you have a very bad start. Let's wait and see, of course. As was mentioned before, this is the round we could see a champion crowned. Lloyd Biddulph, not this race necessarily, or at all actually. He can't win it in this race particularly, but he can win it in round 14, race 2 night of the Touring Championship. This is the penultimate week of the championship, which means we've got 1 round to go, but we are getting ready for the start of race 1 here at Road America. Lloyd Biddulph is on pole. Can he get the launch he so desires down to the first corner? Bence Farkas will be hoping he doesn't, and the lights are out, and we are away now. Bence Farkas immediately into the slipstream down towards turn 1. Fantastic stuff. The drivers singling out at the front, too wide towards the backs. They all cannon down towards turn 1 for 11 cars. The lonely one who does Charlton Star on pole. Inside line for Bence Farkas on Lloyd Biddulph through the opening corner. Biddulph trying to hold him off. Farkas has got it. He has. Inside in turn one has worked a treat for the challenger in this championship battle. And Biddulph has got a little bit of work to do. The pony behind as well as they now come through. Turn 3 for the opening time. There's a couple of side-by-sides. There's a lot of slipstreaming as we come down towards turn 5. Straight sweep is up next. Bence Farkas to defend from Lloyd Biddulph. McConan as well is lurking in the background. But is anybody going to go for the move here? The top 5, top 6, one singling out, but in the background. I think it's an inside line move from the Mariuzs Zabdyr. Yes, it is. I think he's trying to make the move. He's on a very, very good start from the back of the field. He's already up to 7th. The tower is to be believed, and I think it should be a fantastic run off of the line for the Polish driver. At the front, generally, positions staying as they are apart from past Biddulph. McConan, Zabdyr and John Pred have stayed exactly where they are. Zabdyr really is starting to challenge. Didn't need to qualify for the other second positions on this opening half. Here at Road America, Farkas knows that he needs to win this race to keep the championship alive. If he's dangerous and Lloyd Biddulph in this race, then anything is possible next week at Nurburgring. He will be hoping that if it takes Lloyd Biddulph just want to have this championship over and done with. It's always a bit of a nice relaxer to say that you turn up for a race that you've already won the championship for. So probably what he wants to happen next week, he's got to work for it this time around. The brakes squealing as we come through and in the corner the first time in racing conditions. Lloyd Biddulph Bence Farkas start for him. It's exactly what he would have wanted to happen. A good run towards turn 1, used the slipstream perfectly. He's managed to up in the lead of this race. How far up can the likes of Mariuzs Zabdyr go though? Lloyd Biddulph to his advantage, I should say, out this main straight. DHL car. Make the move for third on Pavel McConan. Very close to the back of the Russian driver. Will he go for into turn 1? No, he's better off on the brakes. Zabdyr comes through turn 1 and turn 2. Pushing McConan up on it. Turn 5 if he wants a hope of taking that podium position off the Russian driver. Nose to tail they are right now. This driver's got Zabdyr tries to make a send to the inside, but it's going to be difficult for him to do so. Will he go for it? No, still sits in behind. This is the opportunity that he wants to make a move, because we see Bence Farkas going a little bit wide through at the back, sorry. Fighting up him and Axon towards the back. In the front still, Farkas doing well to defend. Lloyd Biddulph really not being gaps at the front, minimal to none. Top 8 by 2.8 seconds, that is. Really close to 7. A little bit closer to the lead of Bence Farkas. British driver Lloyd Biddulph. You will be hoping to get the run down to even though he's got the pace, he was fastest in qualifying, albeit by 33 thousandths of a second. He knows he's got the pace though. Great line through there. He's taken as much curb as he dared, and I think he's got a fantastic run here on Bence Farkas. He'll be able to have enough of a run to make a move down into Canada corner. He's close, but is he close enough? I don't think he is. No. The brakes they go, and Biddulph still single file between these guys. Looking at a 9-lap race. An 8-lap. We're looking at 215 lap 220 maybe actually. Work it out. No, I think it should be 9. Oh, we'll work it out close to the time. We're starting lap 3. That much I do know. Biddulph is hoping to start it with a bang by overtaking Bence Farkas to take the lead. And hopefully another peaky on that title. On the opening corner, still not able to get through. Going behind there. Get back for Pascal Jean Pret, the Swiss driver, still lurking around. Mariuzs Zabdyr looks keen to the inside. Into turn 3. They are locked side by side. Through the picture they come, and Zabdyr has indeed got in front, and he will have a nice little slipstream. Yes, Neil has to slot in behind him. So Mariuzs 5 positions. If he's up another 5, he leads the race. Stu Neal is not giving us one up until into turn 5. He comes running to the outside line. Around. No, having a go, but very sorry, so coming past. 6. This driver up in front of him. Mariuzs Zabdyr around. He's joined late, but he's been very consistent the past few rounds. I mean, he's been sick quite a lot. In second as well, but a win in Hockenheim. He was high up in Hockenheim last time out. Relatively consistent. He's third in the standings. I mean, there is obviously possibility for him to overtake Bence Farkas, not just tonight, but in the title overall. The top 5, top 6 now in the race, I would say, are the top 6 in the standings. Not far up, only 9 points ahead of the Serbian Lloyd Biddulph. As we come through towards the end of the lap once again, still seeing Farkas. If anything, now it's McConin was looking more like he's going to be making the move on Lloyd Biddulph here. He would love to get through. It'd be the absolute ideal start to the evening. Of course, we have done some practice and some qualifying, but you know, even the course of the way through the racing actually this evening, we'll hope to be taking pretty confident in this weekend. Hoping to turn that into a P1. We'll go on board with him. Comes through turn 3, just using all that curb he possibly dares. Try and get the best run on Bence Farkas. You can see he's gaining a little bit down the straight, but it's minuscule amounts. He's not gaining enough. He'll gain a little bit more and more and more as we go further down the straight towards turn 5. Is he close enough to make a move this time around? No. It's better of it, but Farkas breaks later there for more Biddulph. He gets his stops more than in time. He defends once again very nicely indeed. You see on the left hand side of the screen on the timing tower, McConin and Lloyd Zabdyr making one correct. Have not gained position in this race. As they come now in towards the carousel once again, it'll be McConin who is closest to the back of Biddulph. He'll be the one looking to move. He's not helped by the fact that Biddulph does have that slipstream as well. Biddulph is in the best position in terms of the fact that Farkas doesn't have the slipstream to help him down the straights, but he's got it to help him defend from McConin. So how close McConin is, which realistically he's good exits. Once again, single file through here, through kind of one of this around McConin. Not giving this one up. There's a move at the back there. Neil and Rostov's position might have been too short. They come to the final corner once again. Pushing halfway distance here. Andre in the chat has nailed it perfectly. It's going to be difficult to make a move here without a mistake from anything. Because I think medium speed exits onto these straights aren't necessarily helpful, but McConin may not need a mistake. He's right tucked up behind Lloyd Biddulph, but doesn't go for it this time. The top 3 to compress, get closer together. Yeah, you're absolutely right in that they'd be incredibly difficult for any of these drivers to make a move. Right in front of McConin. Little mistake through there. Turn 3, just a bit wide. By the ideal line for the Zabdyr knows that. He's going to be trying his absolute hardest to make a move here. See McConin just edging so slowly away, but edging away all the same. It's just heartening to see that happen. You want to make the move, but it's impossible. Down in towards turn 5. On the stoppers, nearly into the map. It's the Serbian of the Russian. That is a big contact there between the two of them. It's only 2 findings about, but there's going to be a slow after through turn Trippsix that was for McConan. Towards turn 8 once again, and B make that mistake that could lead to an overtake. He looks close once again. McConan really has dropped off his. Look at how close Lloyd Biddulph is. The closest he's been all the race long to the back of the Hungarian. His championship rival, the only rival that he's got in this championship now. One of these two men who will have their hands on the trophy, and Lloyd Biddulph will hope that he can have it tonight. See, I don't geographical logistics of mail posting. More about the race we've still got on. Over half the race has gone. This is, I believe, the end of lap 5. That's a long, so I don't know how many laps we've had, but I think this is now, we're starting lap 6. Come down towards Biddulph again, close, but not quite close enough. Biddulph though, he's close to that. Lead at Bence Farkas. So this is a position he's been used to last couple of weeks, as I mentioned, of course. Done very well in the last couple of weeks. Won both the races at one race once in the last 3 rounds. This could be his second. But he's definitely got time to make the move. Bence Farkas is going to go slightly defensive. Last week, Road America this week. Nurburgring rounding out the season next week, 12th of November. The provisional starting date for season 3, hopefully be the 18th of February. So 2 months away, 3 months or so. It's the off season. It'll be Lloyd Biddulph defending his title with Bence Farkas. Wait to see. 7 days time for that. Might even just be about 40 minutes time, depending on how the races pan out tonight. To next season, of course, is the introduction of the Super Touring Cup, which is very similar to the Trippsix Trophy in the BTCC, which is that if the drivers have not got a podium during the season, they're eligible. So the driver with the highest amount of points without a podium will get that trophy. Another nice little bonus. Some of the drivers who may not be right at the sharp end. The likes of Neil Rostov's going to go for that trophy. I don't know if you've had a podium this season, but if you're consistently around 4th, 5th, 6th, I think we're so close to the back now. Farkas just looking for the move, just can't quite find it. Really drop McConan now, go for a second away from the leader. This is the best chance Biddulph has had. Is he going to go for the move here? He's still in the slipstream. Is he going to pull out? No, he backs off. He backs off, doesn't want to go for the move. But wide from Farkas in turn 1. That's not the ideal line through there. 8 minutes to go. I think we've got this lap and 2 more. Yeah, really positive, yeah. So 3 more laps, including this one in this race. Gives an indication 9 laps will be the length of the race. Towards turn 5 though. He's getting close down these straights, but he's not quite going for the move. He's looking for the extra maybe, but still not quite able to get through at the moment. So it's all over the road in the back. Where's Zabdyr actually? Is he under pressure from P4 here? No. The Swiss guy is on the front. Just goes pulled back into order. Next race tonight. Behind this fighting going down at turn 5 in Rain Sweet. Still in the chat as well. I think he's nailing. Got a good idea of what Lloyd's doing. Just staying second. He knows that that's going to be relatively good enough for him. He's only going to end up losing 3 points on the back of Bence Farkas, which which would mean that his gap in the end will still be 30 points, which is still a hefty margin for him. And that would mean that it'd be difficult for him to win the title, considering that it would require a big swing for him in the second race, but anything can happen, of course. He'll be starting 9th and 10th at the moment. We've got some drivers to come through at the moment. Something will happen here. Really fighting over who will start on a reverse grid pole and who will annoyingly start 11th for them. Oh, Biddulph, that lap. Oh my word, my heart just absolutely dropped. He is now side by side with Bence Farkas. Either way, that bit of lag really scared me for a second there, but Biddulph, he tried to back into the slipstream. Just backed off once again. He's going to look for the move now. No, quite to the centre. Towards turn 1, no, but Maconian once again is back in the hunt, back in the fight. Scary. Exactly where Luciano Victor to go. Maybe it's just the race rules of champions down there. Final corner of Road America, but we'll see. Lloyd Biddulph, is he going to go for the move this time? No. Top 5 close up once again. Slap hand one more in this race. They come back down the little dip towards turn 8. Farkas, who's led from turn 1 the last couple of minutes. Keep an eye out, but this is looking good for the likes of Farkas. In this trade, if you think about it, it's very starting in the race, second race, particularly Mariuzs Zabdyr, but Zabdyr really hasn't got this. So if Zabdyr had a good start, he might be able to work his way through to the front, but Jean Pret has shown pace, and he'll be the leader, in effect, on the grid when we start race 2, unless he can find his way past Vladislav Slavic, which is what he's trying to do, it seems. Serbian defending well down into Canada. An ultimate time through the final couple of corners. Have 1 lap to go when they cross the line. Anyone make the move? Has Lloyd Biddulph been biding his time for the move? Or has he just been sitting in P2 knowing that it's enough? Let's see, as they rise over the hill, he's going for the move. He is going for it. He's been waiting, he's been lurking. He wanted that slipstream right at the end in the top 3 in the race. Oh, nose to tail, side by side, 1, 2, 3, come through in a flash. As Maconian might even come through on Bence Farkas, and he does. Bence Farkas has led every single lap up to 8 laps up to there. From first down to 3rd in an instant, and it's now Lloyd Biddulph who is through. I think that is an 8-point swing in the championship, being a 30-point gap, a 38-point gap. If it was to stay like this at the end of the race, but Maconian isn't done yet. This is where that race is really heated up. Maconian's looking for the inside line. He's starting his lap 3rd. Can he end it first? He hopes so. In the corner because Lloyd Biddulph leads. Maconian's got to defend. Bence Farkas is looking up the inside in towards turn 6. They're side by side as they shuffle their way through the corner. Maconian hanging on though, and he does lead as they dive through turn 7. Don't forget about Vladislav. Farkas, I should say, cannot afford to lose more positions, and Vladislav ducks out, looks for the move, can't quite find it. They dive now in towards turn 8, in towards the final section of the racetrack of the race. The opening race of round 7 of the Super Touring Championship. This, of course, round 13. Race 13, I should say, of the season. Lloyd Biddulph looks like he's on his way to winning yet another. It'll be his 6th race win in 7. It'll be his 7th off this season if he is to carry this one home, but it's not done yet. Maconian's got the run, and don't forget it's a long run up to the line as well for the final corner. Biddulph through Canada corner. He's sitting in the lead. He's exactly where he needs to be. Bence Farkas. What a disaster of a final lap. He was in cruise control. I thought, everyone thought, Lloyd Biddulph wasn't just deciding to stay behind because he wanted a second. He was deciding to stay behind because he wanted to take it on the final lap, and that is exactly what he has done. Lloyd Biddulph will run up the hill towards the line, and he has put another 3 fingers on that title. He's extended his championship lead in this race by another 5 points as he wins at Road America. Maconian and Farkas, Lloyd Zabdyr and Jean Pretre all come across the line as one. Mariuzs Zabdyr, a lonely race for him. Time in P6, and it'll be Neil, Rostos, Usa and Axon who round up the top 10. Papadim sadly hasn't finished the race. It will be Alan Axon who will start on pole position for race 2. Slap did go to the Swiss driver of Jean Pretre, so that's another little feather in the cap for him, but it will be Axon on pole as Biddulph wins the race. Maconian and Farkas 2nd and 3rd. What's important for Biddulph is that if he wins this race 2 from 10th on the grid, he will be your champion. Super Touring Championship, and that's exactly what he needs to do. In the same way, I mean, I believe, on countback, I don't think Maconian's going to be able to win this one. Farkas, I should say, sorry. Farkas is going to be to win the title on countback, particularly. Let's have a look. He's had 1 win, 2 wins, 3 wins. So if that's 4 and 5, 5, 6. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so the gap has to be 40 points. If it's 40 points or more for Lloyd Biddulph after this race, he will be the champion. And all he needs to do is extend the gap by 2 points. And that's something he can do. I mean, if he finishes in front of Bence Farkas in any of the top 4 positions, he wins the title. If he finishes in 5th, he will have to have Bence Farkas finish in 7th. But we are talking him to win it tonight. This man is Lloyd Biddulph has pretty much won the title, but we'll have to see. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time for race 2. And could it be the title decider? Right then, we look like we're back here for a short practice session. In front of what could be the championship deciding race. Farkas in there, he's going to be the one who has to um, defend the isn't that Lloyd Biddulph will continue the championship challenge from Nurburgring in the final round of the season. But then, finish races left. I think we've set up a new server just to try and avoid an issue of people connecting and disconnecting in, which can be very annoying, especially if you've done the entirety of the first race. Maybe starting first or second, and second race, I think, is connected. Nothing worse. In here, as it says on the flag tower at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, very much in the Midwest of America. The East Coast, not on the West Coast, but in the middle. Wisconsin's actually in the Central Standard Time as well, so 6 hours behind GMT when their clocks are back, but we're about to get going here. Forget about the clocks, let's look at the lights for this final race of the evening. Alan Axon will start on pole, but could Lloyd Biddulph win the championship? Oh dear, Fraser Rostov's going to try to penalty for the start, jumping the start. That is not what he wanted to see, especially after starting higher up in the group. But Alan Axon will lead the field down towards turn 1, but Neil is looking like he's going to try and make the move stick as Rostov goes back to the back of the field. Leaving the race, it's pretty yellow, but I'm not too, yeah, he's just DNFing there. Fair enough, he's not going to get anything out. Who's up on Neil down into turn 3 if they run through for the first time. But in the background, the championship protagonists are fighting out. Lloyd Biddulph is hoping to gain a few positions and has up to P8. Bence Farkas is the car in front of him. McConan, of course, is the driver who's got past, finished P2. Zabdyr is up to 4. Roston slipping down the order, promoted everyone else up a spot. Zabdyr now going for P3 around the outside, I think it is, of the Dutch Mariuzs. Can he make this one stick? I'm not sure if he can. No, good defending there from the Dutch driver in P3, holding off Mariuzs Zabdyr. It was Neil has had that good start, and that's very much looking in his mirrors. We have got 20 minutes, 9 laps again of racing here. Hopefully be a bit more of an exciting race than the last. The drivers having to come through, the France drivers have to say having to come through the time, find out. Zabdyr, driving up the input, I was safe for a second then. No, Zabdyr decided to have a pop down inside the carousel. Noosa fends that off nicely. It's a bit of a wide line there from Farkas. The end of the carousel through the king. Neil really is looking keen to get through. I mean, you've got the pace in the front and as fast as behind. You want to get to the front as fast as you can to get as much of a gap as you possibly can. But to the inside, Zabdyr again trying to move and the contact is seen there with Noosa. Threat for the Swiss driver. We're looking to have a little bit of a go as well if these two come to blows. But still, the defensive Noosa and Zabdyr not quite able to get through just yet. But the Swiss inside move there. This time around. As it stands, championship gap going into next week will be 37 points. The title will be, albeit, you know, almost dead, but it'll still be alive. It's dead. But, you know, Dolphin's such a commanding position, he can afford that. Zabdyr finally able to get through. Start lap 2. It's taken him most of the lap to get through on Uso, but he's finally done it up to P3. He'll be from here. Was it a bit wide? Reds might be hoping to come through here as no inside line instead of the Dutchman back on Mariuzs Zabdyr. We see on the back of Bence Farkas, but side by side here, Mariuzs Zabdyr, Noosa and Pascal Grosjean. These 3 drivers locked in combat at the moment. They are nose to tail down the Marine Spit towards turn 5. Mariuzs Zabdyr hold off, stay in P3. I don't think he'll be able to. He might be able to give an inside line to the Dutch driver. So yes, good driving. Move. He's going up into E3. Now, of course, right in a championship position as it stands. This kind of result would be fantastic for the likes of Alan Axel. Even finishing near the front, I mean. Not here this evening with that 10th place. He's already moved ahead of him. We'll hope to move ahead of Sebastian Rea as well to be P9 in the championship. But Sebastian Stuni, like I say, is very much up his rear. Usa is trying to defend, but Zabdyr around the outside of the penultimate corner. I think he's going to go back. Yes, he has. There's great battling on here. The end of the podium. Neil, though, he's hoping to be at the top of the podium pretty shortly. Look at the train of cars through the final corner. They are nose to tail all the way down to P9. You've got a feel for Papadim at the back. Only driver who wasn't reversed. Finished P11. Last race started P11. By virtue, here comes Stu Neal. Can he make it stick this time? He started lap 3 on the inside line to turn 1. No, not this time. He can't quite do it. Zabdyr still ahead of Usa, but a good exit out of turn 1. It's a bad exit, really, from Aaron Axon and Stu Neal. Moving into turn 1, through turn 3, he comes in to be ahead. He will leave this race now. Axon's going to have to be careful, because Mariuzs Zabdyr is looking very keen to make a sneaky little move up the inside. He's got the slip screen helping him do that. Towards turn 5 they come. They're going to be locked side by side, though. It's going to be Zabdyr for the third time on the outside into this corner. But can he make a stick this time around? It's going to be 3-3. No, Neal's going to be able to make a stick. Tries to come off the inside line. Oh no! Very, very deep from someone in the background. That's a big hit. Who was that in the background? I think it was. That was it was Usa and drop down. Drop down. Farkas further up. It's difficult when all of the cars have the same livery. Exactly has got into who, but it was definitely Usa. He's DNF from the race. Big hit on the inside of turn 5. He's out of the race 9 times. I think it was Jean Perret who just completely locked the car up. He's down in P9 now. Papadim being given a couple of extra positions. He did not say no to that. Pick himself up over 20 points in this race as well. To sneer. Bence Farkas up at the P5, Lloyd Biddulph in 7th. Now gap will come down to 36 points as it stands again. Massive, but big enough for the title. Last year. I mean, if we have similar numbers of drivers next week out, will require a double DNF. One might be it is, but never know, we might have everyone in there can turn up next week. And there might be more positions than points, but Mariuzs Zabdyr has gapped the field. What he wants, definitely. Just to gain some points back on Farkas. He lost 5 points in race 1. They are still aggressively fighting over chips. He's lost 5 in race 1, meaning the gap is out to the team. Now trying to pass Axel and will do. Farkas as well is going to look to capitalise. He's got to be careful though, because these guys are really fighting. You can see Biddulph and McCollin in there as well, fighting out front of Zabdyr. A bit of a tap from now, actually, drafting him down this straight in towards turn 5. We see Farkas around the outside, inside line for McCollin. They're going to be 3 wide through turn 5. Oh, that's not going to end well. Bence Farkas gets a tap, but he stays in a straight line. Through comes Farkas, through comes McCollin, and Biddulph is able to come through as well. He's hoping to capitalise, and I think he will. Yes, he does. Biddulph is through as well. Axon, who was starting this race from pole, dropped down now to P7. Fast guys have flown through, but Biddulph following Farkas exactly what he needs to do to win the title. He's finished ahead of course, but anything possible, he's not far behind. You can see that very tight line there from Biddulph through the carousel. Never trust a commentator's maps. This is an age-old saying to go on till the end of time. 11 minutes to go. Through the final corner they come. Mariuzs Zabdyr has a commanding advantage at the moment ahead of Neil. I say it's commanding. 1.3 seconds is massive. You consider that's pretty much the gap between first and last in this train. It's quite large. Lloyd Biddulph looks keen. Konin looks keen. Farkas looks in danger as they come towards turn 1. And diving left, right. Which way are they going to go? Inside line, actually further ahead. Is that Bence Farkas? I think it is going through. Lloyd Zabdyr, they're going to be side by side. Oh no, sorry, it's Neil, I should say. They're fighting for P2. Zabdyr around the outside. He will try turn 3. Finding the tyres. He can be forced off if he side by side at all. But he wasn't going to have a run down towards turn 5. He has a good slipstream of Bence behind Neil. This train of drivers. We're so close together in race 1, they're so close together in race 2. Are we going to see 2 by 2 through here? No, Lloyd Biddulph inside line here. Can he pull this one off for P2? Yes, he can. Student has to go a little bit wide. But here comes Bence Farkas trying to capitalise. Whenever Lloyd Biddulph has gone through, Farkas has as well. Look at the inside line in 6. It's not going to work out for him this time around. He's got to be careful as well. There's McConan and Biddulph smell blood in the carousel they come. Bence Farkas. Every position he gets is a little bit of dust. He's every point he can get. He's hoping Biddulph gets taken out recently in this race. Even then, the gap will still be 18 points. Is he going for the inside line on Neil, or is he defending? He might go for the inside line. Yes, he is the inside line, and he's got the position passing on McConan. Looks like he's keen to get through as well, through the penultimate corner. They will come. I think, yes, inside line. McConan stuck it round the outside there, and he will have the inside line behind him, and will make that one stick. And now it's Lloyd Biddulph's turn to try and make a move for P5. Is really going to go for this one down the main straight. He's out of the slipstream momentarily, not back into it now. With Biddulph now, he's going to try the inside line. Is he? No, puts himself back in the footprint. Puts himself back out. He's popping in and out. Back in the microwave line. Now, I was expecting someone with a mallet to come in. Turn 3. Lloyd Biddulph now over 2 seconds behind Mariuzs Zabdyr, who is extending his lead. Bence Farkas would be losing 5 points, so in the end it would be an even contest between them going into the final round. Or I should say, points in this race are even. It's the same. Oh, that's wide. That's Neil going very wide. It's going to drop down behind Biddulph and Axon, who's been in a battle with at the start. Axon's going to go closer. Relatively close in the championship. Get on each other. A bit above 25. Stands Farkas gaining 4 points in this race, meaning the gap will be 34 points going into the final round, the final 2 rounds at the Nurburgring. Get through. 3 1/3 or so more laps to go in this race. Bence Farkas for the run he's got here on the Serbian Lloyd Biddulph. Coming left, going right. He's decided to go right to the inside line into Canada corner. A little bit of a force, maybe there's contact there, but when he get it stopped, a bit of a boggle on the curb there from Lloyd Biddulph. And here comes McConan rubbing his car into the back, jumping over that curb. Where's Biddulph doing with this? In behind, I think Graham Souness, they're asking about Pogba, but it's about Lloyd Biddulph, because he is the championship leader. He's the one who could win the championship. He's the champion-elect, you can say, in this race. this battle. 4 cars. So close together. Anybody's going to make a move. He's in the interior for somebody. Konin is lurking, but it's because Farkas is on the outside down into turn 1, but there's Zabdyr just covered off that inside. Oh, Farkas wouldn't even be able to go around the outside. And he just about, oh, is he? No, he's not. And it's allowed Konin down the inside. I feel like back into Lagos again. Mayhem there. This race is turning into mayhem here, but I'm enjoying it. You've got home enjoying it as well. But Farkas still trying to defend it. As they run up the hill. Towards turn 5. Who's where? Not too sure. Konin, I think, is ahead of Farkas now. He is indeed. So Farkas is now under pressure from his championship rival, Lloyd Biddulph. They're side by side into turn 5. Biddulph lets that one go. He's planning to try for an exit through turn 5, but he's going to run up towards turn 6. Too sure he's going to go for it down the inside there. He's in behind. 5 for the moment. Losing 2 points as it stands. It'll be a 36-point gap into the final round of the season. Let's see. We've only got 4 minutes 40 of this race to go. So it'll be this lap and 2 more. Through the King Road America. The Biddulph is stalking Bence Farkas at the moment. He's going up towards Canada corner. Of course, he needs to get past to take the title. If he gets past now, and they stay 4th and 5th, Biddulph will be the champion of the Super Touring Championship, Season 2 of the Super Touring Championship. See the final corner. 2 to go then. Mariuzs Zabdyr very much in the lead. It will take a massive mistake for him to lose this one now. He'll take home all 20 points. Bence Farkas won't like the look of that one. Mariuzs Zabdyr will be gaining some points on him in the championship. If my maths is correct, I think Mariuzs Zabdyr will gain a couple of points on Farkas going into the last round. In that their gap will only be 11. That is 2 wins for Zabdyr and not 2 seconds for Farkas, maybe a second or so worse. Could give Zabdyr second in the championship, but well, that's a conversation for next week. The conversation for this week is Biddulph and Farkas. Back from Zabdyr, Konin. He's getting closer. He's up 6 positions. He had a bad start off the line. Got behind Lloyd Biddulph, but he's recovered well. He's the highest climber in this race, up 6 positions. Cash and Biddulph, I should say, doing well as well. 4 on 5, as expected as they come to the 5th class drivers in the reverse grid race. Lloyd Biddulph, another last lap with Bence Farkas. The last one was for a race win here at Road America. This one will be for the title. Carousel they come, the penultimate time through here tonight. This is the 17th or 18th race. I've done it a fair few times in practice and in qualifying. Knows that he needs to stay ahead. We may not know he has to stay ahead of Biddulph particularly. But he'll want to stay ahead of Biddulph because he'll want to gain points. He might not know that he's going to lose the championship. But that is the state of affairs at the moment. The corner now negotiated by the front train. We're going to go through it one more time now. Mariuzs Zabdyr around the final corner to start the final lap of the race. Farkas right on the back of Konin, but Biddulph is closer to Farkas, and Farkas is to Konin. So up the hill they come. Risen the rise, and now they're going to start going downhill just that little bit towards turn 1. Who's got the run? Is it Zabdyr on, Konin on Zabdyr, or is it Biddulph on Farkas? It looks like Farkas going to look for the inside line at turn 1. Be more defensive than anything else, but he's going for the move, it seems. Turn 1 is working out there for him. He's going to put him off line, which means Lloyd Biddulph has got more of a sniff to take the title. Turn 3. change positions on this final lap. We saw it in race 1 as Lloyd Biddulph took the win and Bence Farkas got from first down to third. Can we see a repeat of that here this evening? Final seconds of the race, final lap of the race, final lap of the evening, and Bence Farkas just having to defend here. It looked like the was going to have a Mariuzs, but no such doing this time around. Lloyd Biddulph is so close to the back here. He's not going to make the move. Coming into turn 6, his last real chance to be Canada corner. Well, this championship is going to be going to the final round of the Nurburgring. Farkas race to turn 8. Got to get a good exit through the carousel. 9 and 10, of course. Basically, it's more like the quadruple apex corner because you keep touching the apex curve and coming up and see there once. Twice again, some sliding of the tyres through the carousel. From McConan there. The greatest of exits for him, and Biddulph doesn't look too close to the back of Farkas. They come through the kick for the final time. And anyone make any moves at all, this is the final chance, he'd say. The timer has hit 0. This is, by definition, I should say, the final lap of the race. There is coming up towards the line shortly, but Bence Farkas breaks late on the back of McConan. Zabdyr looks like he's going to hold them off though, and Biddulph is not going to get through on the man he so wants to get through on to take the title here. Farkas though, what a good run through the penultimate corner. Oh, that's over the cup, not going to help him in the final. So they break into the final corner, it's all single file out. Zabdyr though, he's controlled this race. Of course, he was one of the faster drivers, he started quite high up the field, and he will win round 2 this evening, round 14 overall of the championship, and he will close the gap to Bence Farkas. But in behind, we're looking at Zabdyr taking Peter just about. McConan, Farkas and Biddulph follow in tow in 3rd, 4th and 5th, with Alan Axon going to be in 6th, Neil in 7th, there'll be Jean Pletcher in 8th, Papadim in 9th, and your 2 next with Usa and Rostance. But Lloyd Biddulph loses just the 2 points off the back of Bence Farkas, who gained 5 in the first race, which means overall this evening he's gained that extra 3. The gap is now 36 points in this particular in this championship, which means that it requires first or second Bence Farkas, regardless of what is happening for Lloyd Biddulph in the final rounds of the season. So result in the end for Lloyd Biddulph overall, but he will try and take the title right to the end of the season and take it in style at the Nürburgring, a track with so much history. The Super Touring Club Motorsport. My thanks to Rich on the broadcast, making everything look wonderful for us here this evening. It's been difficult to follow, particularly in that second race. But as the championship gap is 36 points with 1 race to go, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure you will too. We'll be back in the CP Touring Championship next week for the season finale at the Nürburgring.